As we were mentioning, all of the highly suspicious terror events. And again, it's an event. You'll know when it's an event when the corporate media kicks into high gear. And they have breaking news, and they have new graphics, and they have breathless on-the-scene reporting. Police kill gunman who held 3 at the Discovery Channel. We're going to take this initial report from newstimes.com, but of course we have more explosive and contextual, subtextual articles linked in coming from Of Goats and Men, and from Cryptagon, and from Wired, and from InfoWars. The real headline for this story should be, Eugenicist took hostages, issued anti-human manifesto, but we'll take it from the mainstream media. A man who railed against the Discovery Channel's environmental programming for years burst into the company's headquarters with at least one explosive device strapped to his body Wednesday, September 1st, and took 3 people hostage at gunpoint before police shot him to death. The hostages, 2 Discovery Communications employees and a security guard, were unhurt after the 4-hour standoff. Montgomery County Police Chief Thomas Manger said tactical officers moved in after officers monitoring Lee on building security cameras saw him pull up a handgun and pointed at a hostage. An explosive device on the gunman's body detonated when police shot him, Manger said. Police were trying to determine whether 2 boxes and 2 backpacks the gunman had also contained explosives. A law enforcement official speaking on condition of anonymity because the investigation was ongoing said authorities had identified James J. Lee as the likely suspect. I have not seen anywhere say what. I should clarify that. The first bit of reporting I saw said James J. Lee, J-A-Y. Everywhere else, I've only seen it as J initial, which, of course, that's like Homer J. Simpson. But he's not on the Discovery Channel. Eugenicist gunman exposes dark side of the Enviro cult. RedDirtReport.com out of Oklahoma City. Environmental activism can lead to madness. But let's get the report on the Discovery Channel eugenicist shooter.
We understand we got a news conference coming up now. Police are walking back to the mics as they've been doing throughout the day, which means they're getting ready for another.
How you doing?
Here we go.
In just a few seconds, Chief Manger of the Montgomery County Police Department will make a statement.
Hold on.
With him is the chief from Montgomery County Fire Rescue, Richard Bowers, and also with him is the Montgomery County State's Attorney, John McCarthy. This will be Chief Manger.
At approximately 1 o'clock this afternoon, an Asian male entered the Discovery building in Silver Spring. He had what we believe to be explosive devices strapped to his front and back. He also had a handgun. There are reports that we've not confirmed yet that he did fire a shot when he came in. He took 3 people hostage near the lobby area of the entrance to the building. Over the past several hours, we have been in negotiations with the man. Approximately 10 minutes ago, the suspect was shot by police officers. A device appeared to go off. We haven't confirmed that as of this time. We saw some smoke, may have heard a pop. But we haven't confirmed all that information yet. Hostages, there were 3 hostages. All the hostages are safe and are out of the building. At this point, we are still, it's still an operation. Other suspected devices in the building that have not been rendered safe. And at this point, the operation at this point is to make sure that those devices are rendered safe and removed. Again, all the hostages got out safely. I don't believe that there's any injuries, but we will confirm that once we get a chance to to talk at more length with the hostages. Again, we also have to clear the rest of the building. Where we could see the suspect, we know is clear, but there's further area in the on the first floor of the building that has not been checked yet. So obviously, this we still have more to do. But at this point, the suspect is in custody. I do not know his condition at this point, and the three hostages that we could see that were near the suspect are safe, have been safely removed.
So, as most of these cases go, the initial reporting has the interesting questions in it of multiple devices. Oh, the shooter's in custody. Oh, wait, he's dead. And again, he had posted up a manifesto. This guy was well known in his protests against the Discovery Channel. His manifesto has been, of course, pulled, but it's also been saved and archived and cached by everybody, where he, of course, talks about, well, now, here's the catch. When you would hear about this latest example of homegrown errorism, and a guy going into Discovery Channel protesting their environmental coverage, you would think that that would, oh, that's a racist Tea Partier saying they're just running that environmental propaganda. No, my friends. This is what you could maybe call an assassin from the left. His protest against the Discovery Channel is that they don't push the eugenics Malthusian agenda enough. We need depopulation. Humanity is a germ, a virus, like they say in The Matrix. His manifesto, again, talks about human parasitic babies and all of those things. So, another suspicious event that I'm sure we'll find out more about. The last thing we'll note on this, great hat tip to of goatsandmen.blogspot.com. As I mentioned, this guy was well known in Silver Spring, and his one-man lone gunman protests against the Discovery Channel. A video posted up last year is called Mad Money Dash in Silver Spring. It's up on YouTube. Of Goats and Men makes the astute observation then that this is probably the next best thing to Oswald and the anti-communists. Of course, the protest in New Orleans that would garner much attention, putting him on the radar. If you don't know that story, you got to investigate that. Quickly, a couple of other related, unrelated murder and mayhem updates. A bizarre story, as seemingly only Cryptagon.com can bring to us. His post has links to CNN, ABC, and the AP, but let's just get the local media take on the story of a 48-foot yacht worth $1 million, registered to or with the U.S. government, washing ashore in Florida with the engine running, the lights on, and nobody home.
A developing mystery out of Reddington Beach tonight, where the ghost yacht is the talk of the town. The Coast Guard called off its search for a possible missing person after this boat washed ashore with the engine running and no one on board. As Ty Wilson reports, neighbors have their own theories about what really happened.
This 43-foot, $500,000 yacht washed ashore here in Reddington Beach early this afternoon. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office is trying to figure out who the boat belongs to. Meanwhile, the U.S. Coast Guard sent rescue teams out into the open water looking for any possible missing boater. Curious people who live along the beach came out to take a look at the yacht for themselves.
The engines were still running, the lights were still going. It was not in gear. The police got aboard and turned the engines off.
According to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, the yacht is a documented United States vessel registered with the federal government. Records show at one point the vessel was registered in the state of Florida and Delaware.
We don't see it very often. Well, actually, I've never seen it. I lived here since 1959. I've never seen one this size beached on the water before.
When the yacht came ashore, no one was on the vessel. United States Coast Guard officials sent search teams into the Gulf looking for a possible missing boater. Rescue teams came up empty-handed. A Coast Guard investigator boarded the yacht looking for any possible clues. People could only speculate about what may have happened to anyone who may have been on board the $500,000 Sea Ray named Making Waves.
I don't know. Nobody's aboard. I don't know if it's a drug runner or not. Who knows? I've heard things like that happening, but I'm not sure.
don't know. I don't know how to explain it other than just, I don't want to say anything bad, and it's hard to say anything good when you see something like that.
A towing company is expected to move this yacht tomorrow afternoon, taking it near the Galata Marina near the Gandy Bridge. Reporting in Reddington Beach, I'm Ty Wilson, ABC Action News.
Or, as just noted in the chat room on zeropointradio.com, it sounds like a case for Crockett and Tubbs. So, an interesting story to say the very least. One of the other things to note is that in some of the photographs of the story and even on some of the video thumbnails that source back to those local media reports, one of the guys pushing the boat has a big Ron Paul t-shirt on. And the logo is on the back, so even though his back's to you and he's pushing on the boat, when you look at this photo, it's like Ron Paul. Oh, and a boat. So, not bad work there. Our last couple of murder and mayhem unrelated to the Discovery shooter. Police shoot and kill Spokane preacher. More on that from Q13Fox.com. And our last note comes again from HenryMako.com, but this story is getting coverage worldwide. Winnipeg Chief Family Court Judge has been discovered on darkcavern.com. That would be the black-on-white bondage site. Mayhem indeed, my friends.